Yeah, the idea is, I guess, kind of just this mix of like, I guess clothing-wise, just this mix of like high-end streetwear and vintage stuff that I saw kind of growing up in Seattle, and then also obviously on the internet, and just trying to, I guess, bring that vision to life. I obviously make a lot of stuff that just I want to wear and that I think is kind of missing in the general scheme of menswear and clothing in general. But each season it just depends on kind of what my mood is, our mood is as a brand, and then kind of what's going on in the world and what we want to say about it. Yeah, this is our pile of white shirt or dress. It was inspired by one of a friend that comes and stays with us named Phoenix. Has a tendency to only wear his white t-shirts one time. So we have piles of white t-shirts around when he's around. And so I wanted to make someone look like they were just standing in a pile of shirts. Kind of the idea for like, I guess the aesthetic and the look of the fashion show, or one of the inspirations was Santee Alley and kind of downtown LA in the fashion district. So we sourced a ton of our stuff and kind of the look of everything from Santee Alley. And so we were just down there and trying to think of ways to make the place look cool, and we struck a deal for these rugs. So we just got them on. They were the runway, but now we have like 10 of these strips of rug. In general, I think our lens is kind of America and the culture that comes from here. It's always just a huge honor for me when anyone wears the clothes, because that's kind of the point of it. Like, I just want people to use it and wear it and learn something from it if they want to. If not, just feel great in it. And so whether it's a person with a lot of Instagram followers or just like a random person that posts it on Instagram because they bought it online, that's like the best feeling in the thing, in what I do, and I guess a major part of why I do it. Like, for example, this used to be my aunt's tablecloth. We just turned it into a shirt. It's more of like a sample piece, but it opened our fashion show. So we'll just try to do different stuff like that rather than just find like a lacy fabric. If we have something around, we'll just go for it. We do these like long flannels, which are made out of vintage flannels. So kind of trying to take something old and make it new, which is not a new idea, but kind of our take on it, I think, is interesting. We have our denim jackets, which have this zip on the back that you can wear it backwards or like flip it with different colors. This is probably my favorite piece. It's like this denim jacket that's just a full blanket, so it'll keep you warm. Jordan Brand's been super supportive of us, so our only 2 fashion shows we've done, they sent us shoes for it. This one was like their new epic proto React, and they were just dropping at the time, so they sent us a bunch of pairs, and these are what we did to them in terms of like just customizing them. We were the first brand ever to have Jordan brand sneakers in our fashion show, so that's pretty cool. These ones are pretty wild. The reason I make clothes is just because when I was in middle school, high school, kind of realized that clothes were an easy way to kind of disguise yourself or change your identity or kind of mess around with or kind of fit into different groups and change, I guess, your identity and what you're into. So, kind of just realizing the power of clothes and the ability. I've always like drawn and made art and painted and all sorts of random stuff, but that stuff always just kind of sits on a wall or in a folder somewhere around here. So it's nice to have stuff that people can interact with and wear and access, use, I guess, for lack of a better term, more than my other art.